I am Jorge Larcon, founder and CEO of Aktiun, creators of ChartFactor. At Aktiun, we recently added a self-service user interface to Studio, and in this video, I'll show you how to leverage this new functionality to speed up the creation of your interactive data applications. I'll start by opening my Studio application, and I'm using here the political campaign targeting dataset from Google since it's publicly available. Now here I have a raw data table with it showing ad targeting detail records. I have a couple of slicers, the search component, and the interaction management component. Now, what are the main organizations creating political ads? Let's answer that question quickly by going to the source and create a bar chart. Now, I have here shortcuts for my different charts. I can also use a drop down to search through the selected chart that I want, or I can just type the name of the chart like this, 2D tree map, etc. Okay. When the self-service UI is not available for a visualization, like in the raw data table, it renders the code UI editor where you can change any settings as usual. And you can always switch to code view, to code editing mode, if you prefer the full power of the code. So, okay, let's go back to the bar chart and let's group by organization name, advertiser name. So now I can change the limit to 14, for example, and then I'm going to select the metric campaign ID, distinct. So these are the top advertisers, the top organizations by number of unique campaigns. Okay. Now, if you see the view code, you see how it is generated according to the settings that I am selecting. So this is the code that actually powers the visualization. So now let's say, for example, if I change from 14 to 9, to go to the code, and you can see here 9. Okay, so now let me go on to settings and change from orientation from vertical to horizontal. I can also push the labels out for easier reading. I have here several options for axis, grid margins, mark lines. I can mark lines any place I want. And here I have colors. I can select from categorical or metric driven. And if I select metric, I can select the metric I want to drive the color by. Okay. Here I'm going to go back to categorical, and I have several options here. Sequential. I can select sequential palette. Reverse the palette if I want to. I can select the number of colors in my palette. So let's look at divergent palettes. I have them here, or qualitative. Okay, I'm going to select this palette for now, and I can always adjust the colors of each palette with this by clicking on each of the colors. Okay, so now I'm going to save, and I'm going to resize my chart like this. Okay, and I'm going to title it, for example, main organizations creating political ads. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to move around these components to open space for my word cloud. Put it here like this, and then I'm going to add the word cloud. I'm going to follow the same process. I'm going to type here word cloud, and now I'm going to also select by advertiser name, but instead of just top 10, I'm going to say top 200 by the count of records descending, and I'm going to say again the metric is campaign ID distinct. Okay, and in color I can select again the qualitative color palette that I selected for bars. Okay, now I'm going to resize my word cloud right now like this, and I can name this widget, for example, political organizations by number of campaigns. Okay, and now I'm ready to interact with this data application in Studio. So for example, I can ask questions such as, what are the top organizations targeting women? And I just select here women, and there you go, Trump Make America Great Again Committee. I can say, okay, let's see women between 35 and 44 years old. And here is the raw data table. Just note that the targeting fields are multi-value. So for example, gender targeting, male, female, can contain several values, as well as geo-targeting and age targeting, because a campaign can be targeted to multiple segments. Okay, so and yeah, for geo-targeting, I can say geo-targeting included in the search component, and I can say, for example, Florida, and this tells me the main organizations by a number of unique campaigns targeting women between 35 and 44 in the state of Florida. Okay, so that's that. Now I'm going to just clean this up for now. And now I'd like to show you how easy it is to bring these visualizations and interactivity in Studio to your own native HTML JavaScript applications outside Studio. And I'll start by showing you this. I'll start with this HTML application where I have placeholders for the bar chart and the word cloud. I already have here the raw data table and the slicers. So I'm going to show you how it's done. Go here into view code with the code that is powering this chart, and I'm going to open the console here. I can put in the JavaScript files, but I'm going to just, for illustration, put in the console. I'm going to create this bar chart. So I'm going to say function, and I'm going to paste the code that I have. And the important detail here is to specify the div element ID where I want my bars to show here, basically. And I'm just going to adjust a little bit the margins. The right margin is going to be 5, the bottom margin 5, the left margin 5, let's say. Okay, so I create my function, and then I'm going to execute it. And here it is. Same thing for the word cloud. I'm going to add the word cloud here, view code, copy, and I'm going to declare my function here, word cloud equals function, and paste the code. Again, I need to select the element, the div element in the HTML page, and that's my function, and I'm going to execute it, and that's my word cloud. And here I have my application, and I can interact with it the same way, the same fashion as I was interacting in Studio. Here it is. I can say, for example, geo targeting included. Let's say New York, for example. Okay. Now, in summary, in this video, I showed you how ChartFactor equips you with powerful tools to rapidly embed analytics in your applications. ChartFactor's transparent code approach removes complexity and constraints imposed by current solutions. For more information on advanced data applications and ChartFactor, visit us at aktiun.com/ChartFactor.